Hello everyone and welcome back to Closets Gaming. Today we are going to take a look at Dead Tales. This action platformer promises to allow you to play as a Grim Reaper in a richly illustrated world. And if you want, it also comes with local co-op. Whether it can deliver on its promise is the question we will try to answer today. Dead Tales is available on Steam for €8.19 or your regional equivalent. Death is a part of our lives whether we like it or not. While we do want to live for as long as possible, one thing is guaranteed. Death will come from all of us. With having reality out of the way, it's now time to take a look at an indie game called Dead Tales. To play as a Grim Reaper is certainly an interesting idea, and there have been games that showed us that it can be a lot of fun. Dead Tales decided to go for the 2D action platformer approach, where as the Grim Reaper you will be sending many enemies into the afterlife. There even is a story attached, but it has a big problem. The story is trying to be funny so much, it surpassed funny and now just in the world of cringe. And I just ended up skipping all the cutscenes because of it. While it is nice when a game has good story, I think we can all agree that gameplay is what matters the most. But sadly, this is where Dead Tales took the Grim Reaper and pointed his attention on itself. While there is a lot of action and the Grim Reaper does certainly take a lot of souls away, the action is just slow, and the acting just, lacks action. And the movement just feels heavy. And I still can't decide whether this is caused by the animations or just something else. This feeling of not having fun while playing is sadly only deepened thanks to your weapons. They just don't have that oomph. Not that they aren't strong, the stats say they are, but because there are no health bars visible for enemies, you just never know whether you did a lot of damage or just tickled them. And even the variability of enemies isn't great. They start to repeat before the game even really begins. Luckily there is at least some bosses, but again, there isn't a great number of them. Another important aspect of games is level design. And as you might be guessing at this point, it's not great. There just isn't anything inventive in the levels. The only attempt at something creative are the platforming sections, but these just don't work out well, as the already mentioned movement is really imprecise, making it just frustrating. Then we need to talk about the graphics, which I don't really know how to describe. Colorful is probably the best word if I want to stay positive, but otherwise I can't be that positive, as it's just so really hard to navigate. The style seems to be inspired by Tim Burton, which might sound like a good thing, but when Burton's dark atmosphere is combined with colors that seem to have come from Fortnite, it just clashes. But the biggest problem of Dead Tales are the controls. Using the keyboard and mouse combo is completely unusable, and using a controller, as the game recommends, does make it slightly better, but still not exactly comfortable. Your character reacts late to inputs, jumping feels random. I honestly don't think I've played a less controller game in a long time. But in the end, they say cooperative play can save all games. But sadly, the result here is not fun for two people, but just the suffering of two people instead of just you. And honestly, the chaos on the screen just increases, and not even a tiny bit of an RPG system that is included, and which is nice, but it's just a little candle of something nice in the total darkness of bad. So, in conclusion, Dead Tales is a game you don't want to play. Not even talking about spending money on it. Luckily, there are so many good platforming games available out there, so just go and pick one of them instead of this sadly not good game. Its decent theme is just buried underneath bad gameplay. So, that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you do, please consider giving it the thumbs up, maybe even subscribe to the channel, and be sure to share it with your friends, as that really does help. And comment if you have anything you would like to add. See you guys later with more gaming content.